I participate in activities around the Greenway pretty much every day, whether it be a walk, a run, a jog, a bike ride. It is part of my daily routine. The transformation of the River Greenway has been amazing. There's more intention behind trying to keep it clean. Before, when I was growing up, it didn't always seem that way.
Being an outdoor store, we're very focused on outdoor activities and the things that our residents can do downtown. And having this unique river, right, running through the middle of our downtown, which, just every city just doesn't have that. And so by developing that, by informing the community about it, building spaces around it, it has just brought more people downtown, and they can come learn about the river, enjoy the river, and see what the surrounding area has to offer.
The Greenway fosters a connection between communities because our bike path runs throughout the city, but this right here being the central part of the bike path, it brings people down here. A lot of times we end rides down here, we end walks, runs down here, because there's something for everybody in this area. If there's a show happening down at the Levitt, if there's a show happening at Sharapa, any of that kind of stuff, it's awesome to be able to say, no, let's just park our bikes and head over there.
The Greenway has supported the community and events in such a big way, especially lately with the development at Sharapa and the development at Raven, and how they've made those spaces so beautiful and inviting, and having our Riverfest downtown. All of those things just bring more people downtown to experience the river and experience the downtown area.
The Greenway has really brought people back to downtown. In the 80s and 90s, it's a transition period. Not as many people are coming downtown. It had a different kind of feel and vibe to it. But I think in conjunction with new development and new businesses coming downtown, having the River Greenway here brings folks down. It gives them a way to recreate and interact with the river in the downtown area that they haven't had in the past. And, it's a gem in our downtown environment because once again, it gives people the opportunity to participate in their natural world while still being in an urban setting. They get to sit and enjoy the river, sit next to it, dine, shop, all along the banks of the river. And I think any community would be fortunate to have that kind of amenity in their town. So having something like this is just a benefit for everyone.
I think the Greenway has definitely evolved over the years that I've been down here. I think for a long time when I first started business in downtown, the Greenway was never really anything that someone really focused on. Maybe they felt it was almost a little dangerous to walk, through or by. It definitely, I don't think, had the feel that it does now. And over the past however many years where we've done all of this development and really focusing on the Greenway, and I think also the work of Friends of the Big Sioux and their mission of really enhancing the river and making it a quality river has just brought so much more attention and focus to it, and has kind of brought the community to know that it's really an important part of our city and something that we really need to take pride in and take care of.
When Western settlements started and the Sioux Falls community started, this area was tall grass prairie. So grasses as tall as I am. I'm 6'4", and this area was blanketed. So those tall grasses in that prairie ecosystem naturally filtered out rainwater, snowmelt, everything before it gets into the river. So the river used to look, crystal clear, had a rocky bottom. It was, 8 feet deep in places. In Sioux Falls here, there used to be an island where people would recreate. So as the main free public resource in the area, the community basically centered around the Big Sioux. That was where you recreated. That's how you ship things up and downstream. On a hot day like today when it's 90 degrees out, people were, fishing and swimming and sunbathing and just generally having a communal experience with our water. So that was about 100 years ago when that looked like. It took us 100 years to get it to kind of what it is today, which we wouldn't say it's a crystal clear, pleasant river. But slowly but surely we're making strides, in our agricultural practices and our urban development practices that will help have a positive impact long term. But it's going to take decades to get it back to, somewhat recognizable to what it was, but we'll never get completely there again, but we can have a healthy river system again.
When I talk about possibilities for a river, I think about the past usage. And when people came to Sioux Falls, this was their livelihood. This was their source of food and economy. And unfortunately, we've kind of let that slide. But there is a possibility of bringing it back up where we have full use of it, that we can have people come in and swim if they wanted to, or kayak and paddleboard and use it for fun activities, for family activities. I look at some local areas that also had a similar situation with their river, and what they've done for it is building it up, and now they use it for whitewater rafting inside a main city. I could see that being a possibility for Sioux Falls. I'm excited for that possibility of it.
A lot of the events happening downtown are free and open to the public and welcoming to everyone in the community. So having, again, this central area, this Greenway, this outdoor infrastructure where it doesn't cost anything for people to get together is huge. You know, having outdoor music that's free for folks, having vendor opportunities and, event opportunities where you get kids involved and different communities of Sioux Falls involved is huge. So one recent one actually is Riverfest. I mean, this is an event that DTSF puts on that just directly brings people downtown along the Greenway. Live music, talk to local vendors, have local food, and just really have a celebration of our downtown community and the river and the Greenway itself. Without the Greenway, nothing like that would be possible. So again, it's just bringing the community together. It's a central meeting place for the community.
I want to keep it strong, but I also want to keep it clean because I know future residents, future little humans are going to want to come out and do the exact same thing that I'm utilizing this space for, and we can only make it better. I hope we can have going forward those intentions of only keeping it better and making it a stronger community.
One thing we're trying to work on is trying to show how we're all interconnected within our ecosystem. What we're doing here in downtown Sioux Falls and how it relates to the river. If we put something negative into the river, that's going to go downstream and ultimately go down to the Gulf of Mexico because we're part of this larger Mississippi basin. But if we're doing good things up here and upstream of Sioux Falls, that will have a positive benefit for everyone downstream. So thinking on a more holistic mindset than just our single place, but how do our interactions really impact downstream communities? Friends of the Big Sioux River, we kind of see our work in three kind of pillars. One is education. So really working with the community at large, but also childhood education, K through 12 education, really get the kids involved with our water, helping them to understand where their water comes from. It doesn't just come from a tap, but it comes from somewhere, and there's certain things that have to be done to make it usable for us. And, getting them in the water, playing with bugs, showing what those bugs mean to a healthy ecosystem. That's going to be a huge piece of what the future can bring for our health of the river. But we also do advocacy work and public events. So coming out to community events, having booths talking about the river, what folks can do. And then stewardship. One big stewardship area we're doing is water testing with the state of South Dakota. So providing citizen science and data to the state so they have more data to make appropriate decisions, but also we can use that to educate the community on water quality in their backyard and show trends over time. So those are kind of the main areas we're working towards. So the big thing for us is we really want people just to start engaging with their river and their natural environment. You won't protect something you don't have a love for. So we're really hoping folks start building that love towards the river and their backyard, essentially. I'm Travis Enseman, Managing Director of Friends of the Big Sioux River, and we're just working to make sure everyone realizes that we all live downstream.